Wait, so it's possible to calculate your aesthetic physique in percentage on a scale from 0 to 100? Where do you rank? How does your current body shape compare to your chosen ideal? How realistic is your goal? Is ideal body weight a lie? And if yes, why does it seem to work so well for some people? What are you doing wrong? Greek God Physique is an ideal we use to describe a body which resembles those ancient Greek sculptures. No man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. Socrates. The Greeks decided very early on that the human form was the most important subject for artistic endeavor. They strove for realism, often seeking idealism in their sculptures, recreating the human figure as accurately and as perfect as possible. If you think this was the standard, you would be wrong. It was the ancient Greek sculptures which brought this deviation, this change. The ideal human body obviously existed already thousands of years ago, but if it were not for the incredible talent of artist Polykleitos, born 408 years BC, we would maybe never have the term Greek God Physique. Doryphoros, the spear bearer, created by Polykleitos, is a typical Greek sculpture depicting the beauty of the male body. Polykleitos sought to capture the ideal proportions of the human figure and developed a set of aesthetic principles, a system based on mathematical ratios known as canon or rule. Though we do not know the exact details of Polykleitos' formula, the end result, as manifested in Doryphoros, was the perfect expression of what the Greeks called symmetria, and what we today would call perfect symmetry. And here, our journey, how to build Greek God Physique, really begins. So you see, seeking an ideal body is not a new thing. Exact details of Polykleitos' formula are lost, are not known. But this didn't stop some of us to seek some new mathematical formula and principles to calculate how to achieve that perfect Greek god-like body. So let us start with ideal body weight. What we really want to know is just how to look better, and in most cases this means we'll need to change our body weight. So asking a question, what is my ideal body weight or what my ideal body weight should be, is expected because it would allow you to compare yourself with where you are now and where you need to be. Still, there is one big problem with the term ideal body weight because majority equates this term with the outcome. Like, if I reach my ideal body weight, I'll reach my ideal body, and this is not the case. Let me give you an example. I'll tell you a story about identical twins. Since they are identical twins, obviously none of them has an advantage or an edge over the other, right? Their genetic predispositions are basically the same. Their age, their height, their biological sex is the same. Their weight maybe or may not be the same. It really does depend on how they live. If they live similarly, then yes, but if they live very different, then their weight may not be the same. Still, let's assume that somehow their body weight is exactly the same even if they live very different. Furthermore, let us assume that their body weight is an ideal body weight. But there is one difference. One twin is very athletic, basically a sporty type of person, lives very healthy, trains every day, and so on, while the other one is completely sedentary and lives a very unhealthy lifestyle, doesn't take care of food or nothing. We have identical twins, exact same weight, ideal body weight, both of them. Which one would you pick? Which one do you think looks better? So you see, now it became obvious. Ideal body weight does not guarantee the same outcome. How you achieve your ideal body weight and how you maintain this ideal body weight really does make a huge difference. It really is hard to argue against the athletic twin looking far more superior than the sedentary one, at least based on what an ideal body is to me. But your criteria may be different, and it's perfectly fine if you are satisfied with different outcome. We can be different, but the principle remains the same. Our own criteria should guide us toward our goal. Anytime you want to improve, learn, and be better, what you want is to find a real-life role model, a good mentor, if not the best one you can afford, someone who is walking the walk 24/7, who is not just pretending, but is living it. To give you more realistic expectations and how to set your goals, I have developed 3 levels of ideal body weight criteria. Level 1 is healthy and active lifestyle. Level 2 is fitness and gym life. And level 3 is super fit strong. Just to give you an idea, for majority of you, already going halfway through level 2 would allow you to achieve a Greek God-like physique. And this is absolutely a realistic goal for majority of you, if only you commit to it. So what is your ideal body weight then? Wait, first thing first, let us first decide which ideal body weight criteria is best suited for your lifestyle so that you have a realistic chance to get there and maintain this result long term. All 3 levels of ideal body weight will get you ideal body weight. And with this result alone, you will already look way better, healthier than majority of people ever will. Level 1 is for those who know deep down they are not really able to commit long term to being physically active, like going to the gym, running, or some other sport activities. But you will settle with walking, stretching, some light exercises, yoga, pilates, stuff like that. Also, you're able to commit at least to not overeating and on occasion making healthier food choices and minimizing those bad choices. You are able to maintain ideal body weight, not be fat, not be skinny, look good, healthy, and feel great. But you cannot expect an athletic body. You cannot expect muscle size, strength, conditioning, and performance like someone who is training on a regular basis. So level 2 is for those seeking to stand out with more athletic body, not looking like a bodybuilder, strongman, or some powerlifter, but more like being functionally fit, or let's say a decathlete, someone who is training multiple different sport activities, because Greek God Physique is not really about being specialized for one thing, but rather being ready for anything. You'll want to train at least 3 to 4 times per week, and this is an hour and a half per session. You will need to learn a little bit more about how to eat healthy on a regular basis, how to plan at least those meals before your session and after your session, because if you cannot perform during the session and if you're not able to support your recovery after the session, then all the commitment is in vain. But anyway, level 2, this is something attainable and sustainable for those willing to commit more than the average guy. This is not a crazy goal. This is something that is achievable for majority of you out there. It is not going to happen by itself. You'll need to find probably a coach, or maybe you'll have an awesome training partner. But in any case, you'll want to have an environment or even create your own one where you can grow and become a better version than you were yesterday. The level 3, what I call super fit strong, is something what majority would consider radical. It would demand somewhere between 10 to 15 hours per week of training, and this would be like a normal week, no big deal. It's something you enjoy. It's not something you suffer through, but it's something you look through because you enjoy the process. And it's not about doing just enough, but about finding where your limits are. And you therefore organize your life and your day in such a way that you can maintain, support, and achieve your ultimate genetic potential. I myself have a very good excuse, as I consider myself to be a hybrid, something between a scientist and a coach, and just going to the limits of my potential. And the experience that I learn from it, I can bring to you and give to my members and clients. My dad was an exceptional athlete and later a coach, so I somehow didn't fall that far from that tree. So it was easy for me to follow along those footsteps. I loved sport and activity since childhood. And later, when I became a coach, it was not really like I had a plan to do it, it just kind of happened. So, training, coaching others, and remaining an active athlete is basically my life. And my family supports this. My kids like to be active, and my better half is also an athlete, is also a coach. I have a gym. My father still coaches, is still an athlete. My mother is not, but she was always a great cook and helped with our recovery. Anyway, the bottom line is level 3 is not for normal people. It's for someone who enjoys the process of reaching and maintaining their ultimate genetic potential. And such a goal is just not achievable long term for majority of people. I started this video with a question: is ideal body weight a lie? If yes, how come it works so great for some people? What are you doing wrong? If you were paying attention when I explained those 3 levels of your ideal body weight criteria, the answer is there. All 3 levels are based on ideal body weight, yet they do not produce the same results. So what are you doing wrong? Well, obviously, the lowest level of commitment that is required is level 1. And if you are not reaching that level, you are not really entitled to even expect the results that come with ideal body weight. Then, if you are only committed with level 1 commitment, you cannot really cry about why you are not getting the results someone who is as radical as level 3 is getting. So it's not just about what you are doing wrong, it's also how your current body shape compares to the goal you have chosen. If you expect anything close to a Greek God Physique and you are not training 3 to 4 times per week and committed to learning more about how to live healthy, how to fuel your body for your sessions, and how to eat to recover better and have an altogether lifestyle which can support such a result, then you are not really realistic. Don't miss my next video. Subscribe and I will give you access to my unique online calculator, which is one of its kind. Nothing like this is anywhere on the internet, and it's part of my Greek God Physique series. I will showcase how you can calculate your superfit index in percentage based on your ideal body criteria. You'll get specific information like how much fat you need to lose, how much muscle you need to gain, how your body weight needs to change, and also some additional guidance how to start your body weight journey towards Greek God-like physique. Thank you and see you in my next video.